Toronto real estate is boring? What happened? Stay tuned to this week's episode of Prime Property TV. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Welcome to another episode of Prime Property TV. So glad you could join us here. The set behind me is still changing because we scrapped what we were going to do because we didn't know where to put the studio in the house anymore. So back to the drawing board. What am I going to decide ultimately on it? I don't know, but if you have any suggestions for how to set up a home studio, reach out to me, let me know. I'm always open to ideas. Now, before I start the market watch, if this is your first time tuning into our videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Prime Property TV channel. The button is right below. It's this way you'll be notified when we put out new content. And if you're not new, a thumbs up and a subscribe will greatly help out. Thanks a lot. Now, the numbers of February 2019 just came out literally as I was recording this video, and I have to say, Toronto real estate is boring again. Yeah. It's a giant Snost fest. Everything is just like down slightly or up slightly. The entry-level price product is slowly inching upwards, and the $1 million plus product slowly inching downwards. Boring. But boring is good, especially for us investors. There's no volatility, and this is what we want to see. We want to see modest and consistent price growth in entry-level market where we have our investments with the combination of our ridiculously high demand rental properties, which is exactly the type of market we have right now. So it's super ideal to be an investor. But here are the numbers for the boring month anyways. Sales are up 2.3%. from 5,148 transactions to about 5,000. Prices are up 1.61% from 767K to about 780K. So you see that? Prices coming up a little bit, transactions going down a little bit. Boring. When we break down the segments of the market, the only part of the market that is actually increasing are the semi-detaches and the condos. But ultimately, you balance that out with the other two and to create a very boring headline. The only other thing that may be worth pointing out to you right now is the amount of new listings we're getting. We're getting a little bit fewer listings this year than we did in 2018. We went from about 10,400 to about 9,800, which is a decrease of 6.16 listings. This is probably the biggest marginal change that happened from year to year. Ultimately making the key indicator that we use, the months of inventory, a little bit lower. So 2018 was about 2.034 months of inventory. Again, that's a seller's market despite what people are saying. And this year we're down to 1.955 months of inventory, which again is still a very strong seller's market. This will suggest the overall market got a little bit tighter, but that's it. Slow and consistent growth, baby, just the way we like it. A cool thing that Trev started doing recently is to track the rental rate strictly for condos monthly. This is great because many statistics have always included older apartments that are really hard to get into with well below market rents due to rent control. But here's a chart that they start updating. You can see that the rents for a one bedroom have gone up 8.1% in the last year from almost 2,000 to 2,145. Nice. I suspect more of this stat throughout the year as we see this type of stat roll up from Trev. The same thing with the two bedroom. Rents went from 2,600 to about 2,800. Very nice. Exactly what we want to see. Slow and modest growth in price sales and crazy high rental demands. Very, very nice. The only thing I would love to see is the number of new condo listings compared to the ones that rented out. I know this vacancy rate is under 1% right now in Toronto, especially in the downtown core, but I would love to see the stat as it will give us a better indicator how quickly the rental market is actually moving. Maybe I'll do a very deep dive into the MLS later for you in the downtown area just to kind of see how quickly stuff is moving again. Hope this breaks down the latest stats for you so you know how to navigate the market in 2019. If you're looking to make a move in 2019, I'll leave my contacts here for the screen for you guys. Until next time, happy real estating.